What's going on, guys? Bexio back, and today we've got a brand new video talking about crypto again. Dogecoin is all over social media again. Elon Musk is tweeting it out, and we've got a lot more hype ramping up again. Not as much as before, but I want to talk about the differences between it and Bitcoin. I already made a video talking about Dogecoin and why it will never hit $1. I still stand by that. It will never hit $1 unless, hundreds of billions of dollars have to go in Dogecoin. I don't see the reason for it. Maybe like far, far, far in the future, for some reason it does. I don't think it will. Strictly because of what I'm going to break down here and the differences between it and Bitcoin, because they are very, very different. So I think a lot of people get behind Dogecoin because of its meme, and it's internet culture is meme culture, and the price of Dogecoin is dirt cheap. I think it's like 5 cents right now, maybe less than that. And this is after its little rally again from 3 cents. So the rallies are getting smaller, pushing the price is getting harder, the hype is dying off. But you know what they say about memes is that memes never die. So I think the biggest attraction is Dogecoin's price and its meme ability, and it is based off of a meme. So it makes a meme with internet culture with a dirt cheap price, and you get Dogecoin. So there's a lot of people that'll get behind it. You can rally it a lot. You can make a lot of money off it, but getting it at the wrong time, like people who got in at 7 cents on the last run, lost a lot of money on it. So it goes both ways. So the biggest difference between Dogecoin and Bitcoin is that Dogecoin is an inflationary asset, as compared to Bitcoin, which is a deflationary asset. So Bitcoin over time has halvings, as we all know. Every about 4 years, there's a halving, and it cuts the reward you get from Bitcoin blocks in half. So this makes Bitcoin harder to get, and you need to start buying Bitcoin if you want to get it, or ramping up, and it costs a lot more to get a lot less Bitcoin. So it forces the market, if there's demand, forces the price up, because there's just not enough to go around. And that's what Bitcoin is centered on, being deflationary. And then Dogecoin is not that. It's the exact opposite. So Dogecoin being inflationary is one of its biggest problems, and having no cap, which comes along with being inflationary, kind of, but has no cap to how many coins will ever be out there. So even right now, we're looking at over 128 billion Dogecoin that are circulating. And there are 10,000 Dogecoin added every minute, which comes with the Dogecoin mining process, like Bitcoin mining, except there's no halving in Dogecoin, and the reward is 10,000 a minute, whereas in Bitcoin right now, it's about 900 coins a day that are mined from Bitcoin, compared to 10,000 a minute on Dogecoin. So with being inflationary and with no cap, it does have slight advantages, being an easier way to transact value. It's cheaper, basically. There's not as much of fees to send Dogecoin between wallets, and it doesn't actually take that substantially long of a time to send it from one place to the other. This could be done in a few minutes with Dogecoin, whereas Bitcoin could take 15, 30 minutes, or even a couple hours to actually fully clear and confirm on its blockchain. So that is a slight advantage Dogecoin has, but what you can compare and think that Dogecoin has it right now because it's so small of a user base and so small of value that it transacts. So looking at today, for Dogecoin, it's done about $13 billion in the last 24 hours, and that's off of a hype train, off of an Elon Musk tweeting spree about Dogecoin, and it coming back into trending on social media and stuff, and getting hyped up, and it did $13 billion, which might sound like a lot, but in terms, when you look at Bitcoin, which Bitcoin just did its average thing of $67 billion. So Bitcoin averages about $60 to $70 billion a day, whereas Dogecoin really averages somewhere around 3 to 6 billion. On a hyped up day, it can get to 13, or in the 20, 30 billions when it's like super hyped up. When it ran to 7 cents, that's what it was like doing. but on an average day, it's 60 to 70 billion for Bitcoin and 3 to 6 billion for Dogecoin. So that might give you a little insight on what the differences are for why the blockchains might run a little bit more efficient with Dogecoin. If Dogecoin was doing 70 billion a day, would it cost more and have more wait times? Probably. But it also just will never have the value Bitcoin has. So obviously on this channel, I love Bitcoin. I have Bitcoin. Very bullish on the future of Bitcoin and hedging inflation and all of the good stuff that comes with it. Like store of wealth, which is one of the biggest parts. When people are moving from fiat to crypto, they're really looking for somewhere to make their money store wealth, store their purchasing power, not necessarily making millions of dollars, although I think that will happen with Bitcoin. I mean, we're still in the very early stages of Bitcoin. I still think $1 million Bitcoin within 10 years could happen. But this is, aside from that, people are taking their dollars and getting Bitcoin to, in 5 years, have more purchasing power or more worth of dollar in Bitcoin than if they just held it in cash, because inflation would have whittled it away. And massive inflation has the chance of coming very soon. So that's like the big difference in Bitcoin and dollars and why people might want to hold Bitcoin. But when you talk about Dogecoin, it is just like the dollar. It just gets printed every minute, 10,000 a minute. They keep coming, no cap. It inflates just like the dollar. Dollars are printed all the time. I mean, we're seeing trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in stimulus and in these different bills and budgets and deficits, and it's all a mess. But that's like the biggest difference and why I don't see people going from dollar to Dogecoin as apart from a pump and dump. So that's the biggest thing I think Dogecoin is, and there's obviously opportunity if you can get in at the right time or hold it before it gets a huge pump, which a lot of people did in this last one. But Bitcoin, in my opinion, is always going to be a pump and dump. It'll never really outgrow that type of phase. And as we go further down in the years, it's going to be harder to pump Dogecoin because $100 billion now will pump it a lot, but $100 billion in even 5 years won't pump it even anywhere near as much as it would today. So the pump and dump might die down, but there's still opportunity there to make a lot of money. You can get in, get out, make sure you secure your gains. There are a lot of people who think that it hits $1, and maybe at some point it does. I don't see it happening, but always make sure with something like Dogecoin, which is used as pump and dump. We've seen it time and time again. Every few months it gets pumped up. And even on social media, there were people who said, riding to $1. They were riding the hype, never selling Dogecoin, and then they sold it. So that just goes to tell you, I mean, they're out to make money. Ride the hype train. They know it's not going to hit $1, but they know if they tell you it's going to hit $1, it gets more people involved, rises the price, and they can make more money. So it's really scummy thing to do. And I don't like seeing people get wrapped up in it, especially people who bought Dogecoin at 7 cents might never recoup their losses from it because it just got hyped up, and that hype was insane. I mean, that hype has never been seen for Dogecoin before, and who knows if it comes back again. And even if it does, you're going to need more hype than what it had to get the same levels. So I just feel bad for people who get caught up in that and, listen to people who say Dogecoin to $1 and then sell at the top because they know they're smart enough to get their money out, and then just leave other people holding the bag. And we're seeing it a lot with like GameStop, AMC. We're seeing it in Dogecoin. A lot of people want to get rich quick, and it just doesn't work that way. So guys, let me know what you thought of this comparison. Obviously, I'm not anti-Dogecoin, but it's just not Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is just better in every way possible. So let me know what you think of Dogecoin. Do you think it's going to $1? Are you in Dogecoin? And don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe button. We are on the path to 1,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys in my next video.